What is going on, everybody? I am the FD Guru, bringing to you guys an NFL Week 5 main slate video. We've got 6 games in that early window at 1 o'clock Eastern and 4 in the afternoon window. This is my favorite split up of a main slate when we have 6 in the early and 4 in the afternoon. So feeling really good here. We have a very, very interesting slate. Injuries are hitting us really hard this year, I feel like, more so than other years. And there's just a stupid amount of value this week. Unfortunately, a lot of the value is at running back, and running back is the best position to spend up on. So this kind of puts us into a bit of a conflict. We'll talk about things. I'm giving you guys a free Guru credit code, as I've done in every NFL video. I'll give you that code after the first few plays. We have NBA creeping up on us. It's like, I think October 21st or 22nd, so 3 weeks. I'm going to start making memberships for that. Hardest working season for me by far with the injuries. I'm on my computer 24/7. So if you like to play DFS lineups, you should consider getting with me. I do a lot of the grinding and work for you so that you don't have to. NBA is the hardest sport to play by far. I'll talk about each position, maybe not so, one play, but a few plays I'm eyeing. We're going to talk about injuries right here. By the way, like the video and subscribe. I always have to at least say that once or twice. I do appreciate you guys. Lamar Jackson, doubtful with his hamstring. That's a problem, obviously. Looks like he's going to miss. CeeDee Lamb out for at least a few more weeks with that ankle. Screwed us in week 3 bad. He was on all my lineups. Bucky Irvin got ruled out. I'm doing this video in the afternoon on Friday. He just got ruled out a couple hours ago. That'll open up things. Tyreek Hill, his season's over. Gruesome knee injury last week. You hate to see it. Mike Evans is out again with a hamstring injury. Trey Benson now, the second string behind James Conner, who got hurt, is hurt now. So that's going to open up things for the Cardinals in a good matchup against the Titans. Brock Bowers is questionable. I'm pretty sure he was questionable last week. I would say he has a better chance of playing than not, but he wasn't in uniform today on Friday's practice, so he's probably going to be questionable going into Sunday. The good thing here, though, is the Raiders are playing in one of the early games at the Colts. That's lucky because if they were at home, they'd be playing at 4 o'clock Eastern. So we're going to get news on Brock Bowers probably at 11:30 a.m. on Sunday, 11:30 Eastern. So we'll know Brock Bowers news before the slate locks. Tight end is a position we definitely want to spend up at this week. So that's going to be something we want to monitor. Chuba Hubbard just got ruled out. Like I said, tons of value at running back this week. Deebo Samuel's questionable. Tyron Tracy was ruled out again. So, Cam Scottaboo's going to see an increased workload. What else we got? I feel like I touched upon the biggest things here. A couple Q tags on Goddard, Turpin, Ridley. Like I said, Tracy's doubtful, Juwan Johnson questionable. So we touched upon the big things. We'll get into that as we go throughout this video. At quarterback, not much to spend up on. I never really liked playing Jalen Hurts, especially against the Broncos defense. Not really sticking out to me at 8,600. Jaden Daniels, you could certainly look at 8,300. We know the upside that he brings. He will be back this week after missing 2 weeks due to his knee injury. Justin Herbert, also a great matchup. This Commanders and Chargers game, one of the better games to look at. If we go over to a rankings board on projected scores here, we got the Lions at number 1 at 30, Colts 27, Bills play Sunday Night Football. Chargers ranked themselves as number 3 on the main slate for Sunday against the Commanders, so you could definitely look at Justin Herbert. Commanders are further down than I thought at 22.25 projected points. So Chargers are projected for 3 more points, but they're favorites, so that kind of favors Jaden Daniels more if he has to throw the ball. Either guy, you can't go wrong. If you're going to spend up, I would definitely look towards these two. Baker Mayfield might not disappoint either. 7,900 is a good price on him against the Seahawks, but my favorite play is Justin Fields. He's projected the most fantasy points right now. I know it's crazy. This football season has been absolutely nuts with injuries and things we didn't expect. I did not think I'd be picking a week 5 Justin Fields projected the most fantasy points over any other quarterback, but he's just been getting the job done with his legs. He missed one game, looked awful against the Bills. That's fine. That was a tough matchup. But he has 48 or more rushing yards in all 3 games. 3 total rushing touchdowns. Looked great against the Dolphins last week. He's got a great matchup against the Cowboys this week. The Jets are ranked in the top half of teams. 22.5 points is what they're projected as a team. Not bad. Again, due to the threat of Justin Fields' legs, he's projected a lot of fantasy points this week. So that's who I'm going to plug in and play. You could always play Dak Prescott against the Jets. George Pickens is going to be a big guy this week. Don't really like many other guys. Again, we have a lot of cheap value, so I don't really know if we have to go cheap at quarterback. I think it's, Fields. It's Baker Mayfield possibly. Justin Herbert and Daniels. Can't go wrong there. Anywhere in this range. The Lions are projected the most points this week, so Jared Goff is always in play. I think anyone in this little sandwich here between Justin Fields and Jane Daniels, very much in play. I'm going to take the cheaper guy out of the bunch in Justin Fields. Running back, we have to use a flex spot for running back this week. We absolutely have to pick 3 running backs. It's by far the most valuable position. Jahmyr Gibbs in an awesome spot. Jonathan Taylor in an awesome spot. Saquon, not really looking towards him. Derrick Henry has been very off and on. Doesn't have Lamar Jackson with him this week. Devon Achane, my favorite spend up by far. I don't know why he's 8,100 against the Panthers with Tyreek Hill out. He's already super involved in the passing game and running game. With Tyreek Hill out now, he's just going to become that much more valuable for them. He should be, in my honest opinion, he should be the most expensive running back on this week, even more so Jonathan Taylor. I would have said it's fair if Devon Achane was $9,700 this week. Just at 8,100, you have to pick him. I don't think I'm going to be getting away from him. It's a no doubt pick at that price, in my opinion. Let's talk about the cheap guys, though, because we have a ton of them. It's honestly overwhelming. We're going to have to, mix and match what we like. We got Chuba Hubbard out. So the first guy we're going to talk about is Rico Dowdle, $4,900 against the Dolphins, who ranked 27th against the rush this year. He's already been noted as the starter against the Dolphins. $4,900. He looks unbelievable. The only problem is we can only fit 3 guys, and we got to spend our money, so Rico Dowdle looks great. We have a bare minimum $4,000 Michael Carter, who's going to be splitting duties with DeMercado this week. DeMercado is more of a pass-catching running back, so Michael Carter might be the first and second down back. Slated to get a lot. If you look at go on Prize Picks, whatever, I don't have it pulled up, but go look at Michael Carter props this week. The books love him. His over-under rushing and receiving yards, I think, is over 60. So you could look at him. Again, he is splitting with someone else, so he might not look quite as good as other value guys, but he's $4,000. He's bare minimum. He's against an awful defense so far this year in the Titans, who rank, bottom in the league in everything. I don't know. Again, we just have so much value. Tyron Tracy, Scatterboo looks awesome at only 6,200. You are paying up a little bit more than you did last week, but he didn't even have a good game. 25 touches, 79 yards, averaged just over 3 yards a rush. 25 carries and 2 receptions for 27 total touches. He's clearly the guy over Devin Singletary for the Giants, and his matchup's awesome. He's against the Saints, so Scatterboo's a guy we got to also consider at 6,200. I feel like I'm missing someone else. Yeah, I am. Bucky Irvin's out. I mean, this might be the best value play there is. Rashad White. I mean, he's going to be the number one guy. $5,200. The running back value this week is just insane. Like I was saying at the beginning of the video, it's such a tough position because there's so much value, but the best spend ups are also at running back. So we really have to, dissect this slate. I was looking at it a lot today before this video so I could make this video, and I still feel like I have a lot of work to put in to finalize lineups on Sunday. A lot of things to consider. We'll keep A-Chain in there right now as a stud at 8,100, but like I mentioned, there is a ton of value at running back this week. Wide receiver, I had mentioned George Pickens as a spend up at 7,100 looks great with CeeDee Lamb out. But my guy, we're going to stick with the Dolphins. This is going to be the two-headed monster on Sunday for the Dolphins. Monster. I mean, there's not much of a monster, any sort of monster energy for the Dolphins, but they're going to try to do their best version of it against the Panthers. Jalen Waddle. A-Chain and Waddle are going to be the two guys on this offense without Tyreek Hill, and the matchup is pure at Carolina here. Awesome stuff coming here. I think I'm going to pair these two guys in every lineup. I wouldn't be surprised if Devon A-Chain gets 28 total touches, rushing and receiving, and I wouldn't be surprised if Jalen Waddle gets over 10 targets. They could end up seeing a majority of the plays in that playbook for Sunday. Give me Waddle at 5,800. He's projected for 14 plus fantasy points. Unbelievable value for Jalen Waddle. We're going to have to consider on the other side, Tet McMillan, 6,200. Still not a high enough price for him. I'm always going to be considering him. And, there's just other guys that you could look at. But Jalen Waddle, 5,800, looks like an awesome play. For that Guru credit code, go to my website, fd-guru.com, hit the shop page where you buy all your credits. These credits are used as a universal currency on my site to get NFL, DFS lineups for FanDuel, DraftKings. NBA is coming up. We have the MLB playoffs going. So get involved, and you have to have an account on the site for the credits to go in. The coupon code here on the shop page this week is Week 5, NFL 25. For the year, all capital letters, week in NFL, Week 5, NFL 25. Hit apply coupon after a few seconds. It'll say coupon applied, and you'll get those 20 Guru credits again, just like this video, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything. Tight end, spend up this week. We're going to have so much extra money. We're not paying up a ton at quarterback. We got a ton of value at running back. We got value wide receiver. Don't overthink it. Spend up on these top guys. Trey McBride, Tyler Warren has been awesome. Jake Ferguson, 1 million targets, only 6K. He has just an unbelievable amount of targets. 39 targets through 4 weeks. CeeDee Lamb's out. Love him. I'd say anyone above Sam Laporta looks pretty good. I don't like Goddard, even if he plays. He's, limited in practice, but against the Broncos, I don't like him. Laporta, fine. Boomer bust will be low owned. If you want to take a shot with Laporta in tournaments, the Lions are projected the most points this week. That's fine. Ferguson, I love. Warren, I love. Brock Bowers, I love if he's a full go. But I think we just spend up at Trey McBride. I don't see why not. He's their number one guy on offense, even more so than Marvin Harrison, who's been struggling. 7K for McBride. You know what you're going to get from him. It's going to be 8 to 12 targets. He's going to be projected for 60-plus receiving yards, which will be way more than most guys, even receivers, and he's a threat in the red zone. Obviously, Kyler Murray loves throwing to him. I think we just spend up on McBride and move on, but the other guys I mentioned are certainly in play as well. And then defense, until I figure out what I'm doing with my full lineups, I think I'm going to have a ton of money, so spend up on the Lions against the Bengals. Browning looks just god-awful. I think he's starting again this week. I think the Bengals should go out and get someone. I don't know how long Burrow's going to be out, but they should go out and look at, either Joe Flacco or Russell Wilson. I think they're going to bring a lot more to the table to keep their season alive than Jake Browning. He's been just awful in the 2 weeks that he started against the Vikings and the Broncos. So Give me the Lions defense. There's no reason not to think that they eat again. The Lions are the number one team, and then I think the Bengals they're not quite last, but they rank in the bottom 6, only for 19 and a half. So this is a way you could look at defense too. You can just look at the team projected for the least amount of points and then look at who they're playing. So why is this? Hold on. This is all screwed up, I think. I don't know why the Rams are down here, but that was Thursday Night Football. The London game is obviously not on the main slate. So the Titans are ranked last for points on the main slate. So you could directly correlate that and look at the Cardinals defense, which is only 4,400. So that's one way to do it. Again, defense is mainly luck if they run into a pick six or a fumble or a kick return, but I'm going to spend up on the Lions. I feel safe on that for this video. That'll do it for this video, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Let's have a great week 5. There's value galore, pretty overwhelming stuff. But let's get after it. Until next time, I am the FD Guru.